Aries, this is Savannah. Thank you for coming to my channel. It is that time. We're going to get into some work. We're going to figure it out. We're going within. We got Cancer, I feel, and Uranus, the genius. All right, we're going to do one more. So I am pulling some astrology cards right now. I am basically just rolling the dice to see what signs I'm doing next. I just did Taurus. And I rolled the dice, got Aries, Sun, and the 12th house. So the 12th house is, in astrology, a shadowy place. Maybe of your enemies, self-undoing, isolation, sorrow, unseen enemies. People who might work against you without your knowledge and prevent you from succeeding is the gist of it. And having Aries in that house, super fiery energy. We're gonna get more about that though. One more card. Okay, fine. Yod, the destiny. So Uranus, Cancer, and Yod. Okay. I'm also going to pull two cards from this deck, which is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. For Aries, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, or any placement they feel affinity. Maybe any Aries that have, anybody who has Aries in the 12th house, how about that? Or Aries Sun. Holy smokes. Oh, we got 3 cards. The Void, Wisdom, and Realization. The Void is Empower. I think we're in the Void right now, or we might be leaving the Void right now. But nonetheless, it was around the corner, and the Void Moon means it's just switching from one planet to another. That could possibly mean that you're switching jobs or what you're doing in life. Taurus did get that too, but in this card set, so that's interesting. Or maybe I'm just picking up on actual timeline is during this time. Okay, so I'm gonna find a description real quick of Uranus and the Yod. The public is wonderfully tolerant. It forgives everything except genius. Oscar Wilde. So, that is the quote here. The sudden bolt of surprise that causes chaos. Uranus, the great awakener, is here to wake you up. Rapid changes and shocks, jolts, sudden transformation. It's the Tower, basically. And I feel Cancer is watery, and maybe it will be with a Cancer person. We'll see more about when we start to clarify what it could play into. Tower and the Yod. Okay, so a person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. That from Jean de la Fuente, and that is the quote for the Yod card. The ancients believed that the Yod was an area of fate in the chart, and not a particularly favorable one, also called the eye of God or the finger of God. The Yod is a particular astrological configuration in a chart. It is a triangle formed by two planets 60 degrees apart, while both are 150 degrees from the third planet. This creates a thin, pie-shaped aspect. It is linked to the Hebrew alphabet Yod or Yud. It is the 10th letter in the Hebrew alphabet, which has mystical implications signifying the omnipresence of God and often denoting humility because the energy is locked in the triangular configuration, causes matters to be fated and often difficult, but not without their rewards. Oh, that's destiny. It is the Ace of Swords reversed. So needing to make adjustments, being inventive, being unique, having a special purpose, trusting all will work out as it is meant. The eventual success of destiny and fate, even amongst chaos. Whoa, okay, and we have the Tower. So even amongst chaos, so maybe Aries, the Tower will fall. Cancer goes within, it shall, and maybe it should come out, because we have right here the destiny will work out, the success and the fate among the chaos and the confusion. Maybe being aware of your Cancer placement or being aware of your emotions. Okay. I'm gonna do a Celtic cross. I'm gonna see what this energy could be. Wisdom and realization coming from the void. The void can be the Tower. We have the void, wisdom, realization. Tower, Cancer, Yod. So the void and the Tower are lined up. Wisdom and Cancer is lined up, and realization and destiny is lined up. How about that? That sounds about right. Okay, situation at hand could be the Eight of Wands, which is fast movement, communication. That is what the energy is right now. Could be that you got this communication. The Tower may have fallen already. Three of Swords. Three of Swords in the second position. Could be a lot of things actually, not just love. In any type of partnership. So Five of Wands and the third. I'll pull a couple more cards. Oh, too many cards. position wants action. We'll see what kind of action. Whoa. Couple more cards to pull. Set position, please, for Aries. Sorry. Seven position for Aries, please. Collective that needs to hear this message. See, this is such a long part. This is why I prefer to do it off camera. Okay, we'll take both of those, fine. Position, please. Four cups. Man position. She wanted to come up earlier, Justice. Let me know in the comments if you guys like me doing the cards on camera, because I like to hear how everybody likes their cards being read to them and how they get the story. I like it, but sometimes I can't stand it, so okay. And look what we have, the moon at the bottom of the deck. That is, most readers read it as Pisces energy. I read it as Pisces and Cancer. The Pisces moon maybe, but Cancer's still right here. It's a watery card, very watery. So that is at the bottom of the deck. Let's do this. So the Eight of Wands and their very first position. So the work is not very stable. And Aries, you may be looking for new work, different possibilities. The work now that you have may be having you travel too much, and it's not really grounded. The Eight of Wands in the first position, and then crossing it, the Three of Swords. Would be separation, grief, loneliness, disorder, confusion, and a possible breakup of some sort in a relationship, or communication has stopped for the time being, and it could have been like you haven't had communication for a long time, but it's just stopped for a moment in time. So let's see, Five of Wands and the third position. Would be strife at work. There's no picking of sides right now, and there's really no opportunity for work as well. It seems to be some sort of sticky situation. You can't find a decent job, or the one that you have is doomed because of other people's behavior. This card cannot help or aid the first two cards, and it only brings chaos. And it refers to the seventh position, which is the Chariot and the Ten of Wands. The Chariot being in the seventh position, it's karmic. This position, whatever we get right here, is karmic, but what you have to deal with in cycles karmically, the Chariot is not trusting your intuition. And a lack of self-love too. Ten of Wands is believing what hand you were dealt is going to be like your only hand, that it cannot be changed, and that, yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to deal with this type of energy. Being that it's a major arcana though, in the seventh position, tells me that Spirit is consciously trying to get to you, letting you know that this opportunity is about to come ahead again. This will keep coming up as a problem in your life, and it's about to have an opportunity to escape this cycle. So you have the Princess of Pentacles in the past position, which is an opportunity. There is an opportunity, or will be in the next couple of weeks, to clear yourself of this cycle. Now we have, if you can overcome it, you can. We have the Alchemist as the overall, which is the Magician, he has all of what it takes to figure his way in or out of things and create. And he's being guided by Spirit. And the other realms, let's see. The Justice in the ninth position is also a major arcana, and it tells me that you spiritually have signed up for this. I mean, which we all have, but justice is a turning point. Justice is like saying, I'm ready to actually cut this out. I'm ready for the karma to change. Because there is a Tower here, and we can clarify more on that, like what the Tower may entitle us to being able to move through in this cycle. Let's see. You are looking for a deeper understanding of this situation, of all the past actions that just keep on showing up as like different situations, but the same situation and different people. This is the position of your environment. So you are kind of reevaluating everything under the tree of Buddha, and you are being presented with information for more fulfillment, but most definitely very withdrawn, not happy, totally feeling like something is missing from your life. Ready for a change, because nothing really is satisfying anymore. The old is very mundane. The things that used to satisfy you are very, very boring, and who cares anymore? It's like I rather be doing this now. We got it in the 7th position. I really gotta get a hold of my messages on my computer. I apologize, guys. That could be though, like, hey, listen to this part. It might be important for somebody out there. So we have 7th, 8th position. You could be pushing friends and loved ones away and isolating yourself from the world. You may not know how to approach your friends and anybody else, or how to offer any help to anybody right now because of how you're feeling. You might be contemplating whether or not, like, you need this total change, like 360, not doing what you were doing before at all. You might find yourself in a different career, and I say that because the 6th position is the world, and it's a major arcana, so it's the soul consciousness is about to set up a very important situation to bring the spiritual transformation on and communicate in a better understanding of oneself. And the world is wrapping up stuff. It's the very last card in the 22 major arcana. So the next card after this would be starting over again, and be 0. It would be the Fool, which is Aries. According to the astrology and in the cards, that would be Aries. So you could be wrapping up, the workplace could be completely different. You may move and not even be in the same place, period, anymore. Whether it be like move states, move countries. It's seen as a travel card too. It could mean you're moving to a different country. But it is time to share all your wisdom, though, with everybody, because you've just completed the full cycle. So there's enough wisdom there to start something new, to level up. But it's also like a calling as well too, because you do have the Chariot as karmically not using your intuition. So maybe you going within and sharing your story, or and just not keeping it to yourself, will help you with your intuition move forward into any other situations, like using in your tool bag anytime you come up to having a situation like this. You could revert back to your tool bag and or help somebody else to. The world represents a really old soul who's gained a lot of wisdom on all levels throughout ages. So this is a pretty big one, actually. So even if you are young, let's see if there's anything I can tell the age by. There's really no age on here in these cards, but say you're, kind of like just starting out your adulthood, and you're like in your 20s or 30s, and you've gone through a lot. As a child, you went through a lot. As a young adult, and as an adult, you're coming into so much still, and you're closing this out. This has nothing to do with just that in age. This can be a cycle you have dealt with for many lifetimes, and wrapping it up right now in this life will be huge for you, especially if you are kind of young, because then you have a lot of other years to do other things and give that information to someone. You will have a certain amount of grace and wisdom to give guidance and help other people, and people will see that in a young person. We all hope that older people bestow that, but it's not often that they don't. But there are some situations that older people just have not gotten a hold of these cycles that still hinder them at such an old age, you know. So that wisdom is going to be really divine in a younger person. You know, at that age, I feel like because the Princess of Pentacles, that's the only one with an age around here, and the Princess of Pentacles is in the teens to 25, I believe. And that energy doesn't need to be anything specific to, it could just be an energy that you resonated with and it kind of woke you up. It could be a niece and nephew, it could be your best friend's kid, it could be your own kid, and something they did was just like, wow, you know, it kind of put you in your feels again, Aries, because you could be, Aries goes off emotion, yes, and back and forth emotion and very sporadic, lots of good ideas, and then gets really mad, you know. I wouldn't say anything like bipolar, you know, nothing like that, but to sometimes stop and enjoy something you can learn from one situation, just watching kids, you know. And the teenager, you might have watched a teenager, seen a teenager, and it resonated with your life story in some way, shape, or form, and you were like, that's right, you can do this. Because let me tell you my story. Let me tell you what I've been through too, because you're not alone. And I feel like they are younger than you, this other energy, so you have an opportunity to, if somebody's going through something, instead of, you know, them coming out hindered and, oh, in their adulthood they're gonna have to go and fix it, and you can be like, look, let's just nip it in the butt now, because you'll have to deal with this in your adulthood, and you need to know that you shouldn't take it like this, or you don't have to look at it like this, and that will help you reach a crossroads that you are ready to fulfill, and will promote you with this cycle into going into the full and starting something completely new. And because it's the major arcana in this position, it is like a promise to God that you will. And that sounds silly, but this is like because it's a position of an energy, a future energy, and justice is in your 9th position, and that is something your soul just already signed up for in the next 2 weeks to 2 months. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The Justice card is, or not just the Justice card, but that's the 9th placement, and it's major arcana on both of them. So it's basically a promise that this will happen. So wow, I'm really impressed with this reading. Actually, it's a breath of fresh air, because Taurus was kind of hard for me to do. So you will definitely get the realization. I'm not going to clarify too much right here because I've already gone 30 minutes. So if this did resonate with you and you want more information, whether this is you or you're a cross watcher for anybody, or you know, you have a loved one that might be going through this, it's good to watch signs too for the people that you love, because you never know what they're going through and where they're at in their cycles either. So thank you so much. The extended will be sorry, the extended will be, oh my gosh, and that might be something else that they do, is say I'm sorry all the time, because I have not gotten this many notifications in the last hour. They've been blowing me up because some stuff's going on at my kids' school, so with like conferences and whatnot. So I've been getting a lot of emails, and I don't know how to turn off my notification on my computer that's right next to us, that's also like recording this. So maybe they say I'm sorry a lot too. Somebody, maybe that's a message for somebody. So thank you so much. The link in the description for the extended will be there. And please leave your comments about how you feel about the reading, if it resonated with you. Um, if you want any other information on how to get a hold of me, everything will be in the description box. Rooney. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Namaste. Have a great day.